My name is Shane Hollas. I own Maaco Collision Repair and Auto Paint here in Rockwall. We are a full-service automotive repair, paint, collision repair, bed liners, windshields. We kind of do everything. And part of the reason why I chose this business is because of that fact. So we work with all insurances. We give you options if you don't have or want to use insurance. And we're kind of the only company that really wants to paint overall vehicles at an affordable price. I didn't come from this background at all. I came from the IT space. It's weird. I grew up in a small town between Houston and San Antonio, went to A&M, got an engineering degree, and then from A&M, I went out to California and went to Silicon Valley and was in the silicon business. So I spent 10 years out there in semiconductors and design, and then met my wife, moved back to Texas, and I was still in the tech business. And my last job, I was a VP of sales for a software firm. So my entire history was electronics and engineering. And I said, why don't I do something for myself? So kind of getting into my why is because I was traveling all over around the world. It was a fun job. I got to see a lot of cool things, had a lot of responsibility. But I started seeing that at the time I had, my daughter was 9 and my son was 6. And I would be 2 weeks in Asia, home for a weekend, 2 weeks in Europe, home for a weekend. And even when I was in the US, I was traveling all during the week. So I started to say, you know what? What's my job? My job is to be a good parent, to be a good husband, and to be a leader of my family, and to grow and develop these children to reach the potential that they can reach. And people said I was crazy. And I said, I'm done. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted to work for myself. And so I went and I looked at franchises. And I got involved with a franchise coach, which if anybody is interested in something like this, wanted to look at a career change, I highly recommend you do that. Please call me. I would be very welcome and happy to help guide you, get you introduced to some people. But I got a franchise coach, and she was fantastic. And she helped me explore the world of franchising. I had no idea I was going to get in the automotive business. But after looking at many different businesses, many different models, this one just fit for me. And I couldn't be happier. Now, some of the reasons why I chose this business is because I think automotive is an area where you see it's a big area of change right now. You see the large corporate brands that they only want to do insurance work. And then you see the smaller mom and pops, they have scale limitations. And so I saw, well, I can get a nationally name brand company like Maaco, knows processes, knows how to do it, has great contracts pricing wise, material costs are going to be great, etc., and can help guide me through how to run a successful body and paint business. And then I saw it as, okay, I can go after all the insurance market because we work with all insurances, and I can help that market. And then I can also go after the market that's largely underserved, which is people that don't want to use insurance. Or we have a lot of families with multiple kids that are driving age, and they're great customers of ours, right? And so to be able to help them. So I saw, I can help all the people with insurance. I can help all the people that don't want to go through insurance. And I'm the only guy that really wants to paint cars at an affordable price. So I liked the business model. And then on the personal side, I saw it as a way that, yes, I'm still working my tail off. Yes, we're 18 months old of a business. It's every day there's a problem, right? But that's every business. And even my 20 plus years in the technology businesses at various levels of responsibility, I saw that, and I was in a few different categories of technology. And so I saw no matter what part of the industry I was in, there's always problems. And honestly, the problems are all the same. The widget just changes. I see that in the automotive business now. The problems I face are the same problems I had in my other businesses. They're just automotive related now. I like the business because it gave me an opportunity to serve markets that aren't served today. It gave me an opportunity to be with my family more, at least come home every night. Now, I still work my tail off. There's a lot of times I'm up here till 9 or 10 at night, but those efficiencies will improve over time. And I'm still spending more time with my kids now than when I was traveling all over the place. Super scary, no doubt, but I'm very happy I made the change. Even though we have all these struggles like businesses do, it gives me no better joy that when a customer comes in, and if it's a first customer and they come in, most people are largely uneducated about the automotive repair space. They don't know how to work with insurance. They don't know what their options are. And I'll be honest, the insurance will bully you a lot to try to get the best scenario for the insurance company. And I see our job is we're like your attorney. You know, we're your attorney to negotiate on your behalf if it's insurance, but we're also your coach to help guide you and teach you and coach you on automotive repair and the options you have and what's the best scenario for you. So it gives me no better joy that when a customer comes in, and you can tell when they're nervous and they're not sure what to do, and they hear all these horror stories about so many, the automotive repair business has a bad reputation for a lot of people because people get taken advantage of. And since they're uneducated on the process, on parts, it's easy to get duped. And there's people out there that take advantage of you all over the place. And that sickens me, number one. But number two, it allows me to be a trainer and a coach in my team to help guide you through the process. Make sure you're informed, make sure you know what we're gonna do, what we're not gonna do, and keep you involved so that when you leave, you look at it and say, I feel good about that experience. I feel good about what happened, about the price I paid, about the value I got. And I'm gonna go tell 10 of my friends that we should go work with Shane and the guys down at Maaco because we had a great experience and they took care of us. And watching that nervous, person come in and then the confident, happy person leave is great. And then, we're getting there, but even more so when you have that person that has also told people, we have more customers coming in that say, oh, Bob told me to come over here. Sharon told me to come over here. They have 6 kids and they've had 9 cars in here, right? So stuff like that gives me a ton of joy to run in this business. And when they see, and when they know my estimators and they know my guys by first name when they come in, that's joyous for me. That's happiness. The reason I chose Rockwall to put this business is because of a few factors. From a business standpoint, I think the Rockwall area is DFW in general. The growth for DFW has kind of stalled going north, and it's really coming east here, Rockwall, Fate, Royce City, out to Greenville, and then it's going west, kind of Weatherford, out that way as well. And so I think a good business decision is to put a business here in Rockwall, Fate, or Royce City, because that's where the economic growth of DFW is going. And on a personal side, I just love the area. Like I said, I'm a small town kid. I grew up outside of a 2,000 person town. So the values, the culture, the ethics, the morals, these are just my people. The people like Rockwall County, Rockwall area, these are my people, and I naturally gravitate with them and want to help and be involved with them. So, and then also my wife's family all lives out here, so it was easy when we moved back. It's just like, hey, let's go put the business in Rockwall. It's got everything we need. And a big part of that I think it's reinforced all the time. My membership in the chamber is a huge part of connecting me with other businesses and helping me be successful in my current business. And I'll tell you, being 18 months old in the business, we are hitting numbers that I thought it was going to be 3 years out. So the community here has embraced us, I think, because they see how much we care about people and how much we strive to help others in our business. As I mentioned, there's always struggles in every business all the time. Whether business is great or whether business is terrible, you always have problems. And I think now is a very unique time for, hopefully, the only time in my lifetime that we're going to have to go through something like this. I mean, I was in the tech business when the dot-com boom happened and when the dot-com bust happened. I was in the tech business when the second bust happened. So I've seen highs, I've seen lows, but this COVID experience is definitely very different and very unique. We were growing really well going into the COVID times, and it scared me to death because I thought, oh my gosh, here we go. All this positivity is about to just get my legs cut off from under me. I think, so I prepared. Luckily, I was prepared in the sense of financially being stable within the business and having reserves, etc. But I was surprised because we actually have been faring really well coming out of this. There was 2 weeks really that we had some challenge, but outside of that, we're now busier than we've ever been. And I think part of that is because of how much we serve the community and showing that we're gonna help, we're gonna do the things to help you and be the best choice for you. And it's also, throughout this process, I didn't cut any of my team. Everybody should have told me to. The financial numbers should have told me to, but I'm committed and dedicated to keeping my people on board. And so I took the sacrifice and I, paid money that we didn't necessarily have coming in to keep the good people that we have and to build that loyalty with my team, to show them, you work hard for me, I'm gonna take care of you. But it's scary, no doubt. And I think that also ties into the why of, I own a business. I still work the same, but I have less stress. And it's weird. I should have more stress, right? But I'm in control of what I do for what I can control. I get to work every day for my family, but I get to work every day for these people in the back that work for me and are counting on me to provide a living for them. Those are positives that I really enjoy about owning my business. And then when I look at people that have been very inspiring and very supportive, and really the ones I'm most thankful for of allowing me the ability to take this risk and open this business, is really the family. Like my wife and kids, great. My wife takes now the brunt of really running the household because I'm trying to run this business. I think my father-in-law and mother-in-law have been great stewards of information and help and just guidance. They've been fantastic, and there's no way I could do it without, I'd say, the in-laws and my wife and the kids being so supportive. We wouldn't be in this position. I've just learned over time that I'm a servant, if you will, and I love to help people. I love to, and it gets me in trouble a ton, honestly, but I love to help people reach their potential. And I see so many, and I'm a teacher, a coach by nature. Build people up, force them sometimes to reaching their potential and push them until they can reach their potential. And so being in this business, I can do it the way I want to do it. I can hire the people that I want to hire, and I can push them to becoming the best person that they can be. Sometimes they get really angry at me for it, right? And they'll get mad, but later they'll look back and go, oh my gosh, I didn't like that stuff you were pushing me for, but look where I am today. So for me, one of the biggest things is, how do I help, train, coach? Because I'm a believer in the potential of people.